Everyone to our pet tutorial video. I'm going over how to capture pets, what to do with them, how do they work, what are the behaviors, what are the different skill trees, and generally just how to play around with them and have some fun. So the first thing we're going to do is that we need to learn the very important MyPet command. And when you do this, you'll get a list of all the different commands you can do for your pet. Now, you can do quite a few things like the pet type, and the type of pet. So I have a skeleton. Let's go ahead and just type in skeleton. And we can see the leash flag, which says low HP. This means that you have to get them down to 1 HP and then use a leash on them, or a lead, and then you can capture them. The food is bone, so the pets do get hungry and will not regain hit points if they're starving. So you need to find food for them. This skeletons want bones. And then the starting HP, which is 20. Now, the main difference between all the pets is basically going to be their starting HP and their speed. So that's the two different things. It doesn't show speed, unfortunately. For the most part, I made small little animals like chickens and rabbits and stuff go really fast, and I made bigger stuff like the guardians and horses and stuff go a little bit slower than normal. And most everything else is pretty standard, and almost everything is around 10 to 20 HP, depending on things. Unless you can catch the wither or an ender dragon, yeah, the HP is pretty much 10 to 20. Next one to do is the my pet options. Now the pet options is basically just going to be turning on the health bar, which puts a little health bar right in the middle of my screen, right above all of my health bar and information. I find it pretty useful, so I usually leave it on. And then idle volume. And then your options here are 100, 75, 50, 25, or 0. I usually just put 0 because it gets really annoying when they're always making their idle volume behind you. Alright, and then the next one is the /pet capture helper. If you do not have a pet, you need to enable this and then equip a lead, which is a little thing you use to capture animals, and then go out, and when you get a mob to 1 hit point, hit them with the lead, and then with the capture helper enabled, you will capture that mob and make them a pet. Alright. Pet admin, you guys can't use that, only I can use that, so it's not important. Pet name. Now, pet name is actually really cool because you don't just give it, a simple name like Fred. What you can do is you can actually use the color coding and a number, and you can change his color. So you see I need a dark blue, I make it green, and I can also space this out between letters. So if I want to do like that, see how I can make every letter after your color code, so you have to keep going and doing different color codes. And you can end up with something like a little rainbow name and other stuff. And you can also just, think of that, the first 2 letters. And you can also add spaces. So you can make a little bit of crazy names with that stuff. Go wild with that. And next one. The release. This is if you don't want your pet anymore, and you want to capture a new one. Maybe you don't like your rabbit, you want a zombie. So you just use pet release to get rid of your pet. Now when you do this, if I can type, it's going to say, please click on my name to confirm. So you have to hit something to pull up your chat window so that you can then click and get rid of them. Now be careful because it does turn them into a violent mob. Now luckily he's on fire, so he's running away from me. Alright, so let's get another skeleton for myself. Alright, so I got my skeleton. And the next one is pet stop. So now it will not follow me. Alright, so it will stop attacking is what it will do. Sometimes necessary. We have PvP disabled, but if you were in a town with PvP enabled, you'd want to tell them to stop. Otherwise, they're going to start attacking other people, and people will not like that. My pet, the pet call is, I think everybody learned this one last time, but the idea is that basically your pet gets lost, your pet gets stuck in things. You can always just immediately summon them to pushing /PC for pet call. Alright, pet send away. This gets rid of them. This is the better option if you're in a town or something, you don't want them always just wandering around, and then you just get them back with the pet call. Alright, pet respawn. You can choose how fast your pet respawns, or you can respawn immediately. I don't have a cost associated with your pet respawning because I'm not trying to get all the money out of your accounts. So just, you can use it, or you can just wait the default, I think 20 seconds, and it will automatically respawn for you. Pet switch is only available in the premium version of this mod, which I do not have. But if you have that premium version, you can have more than one mob. You can switch between them. We just have one. We're going to keep it simple. Pet skill. This shows me all my skeleton skills. And so right now my skeleton is level 0. He has no skills, and he doesn't even have a skill tree. Alright. So the next thing we need to do is choose a skill tree. So PC ST for pet choose skill tree. Now, what I learned was that, so I have different skill trees, and each skill tree basically has a set number of things that will give you every time your mob levels up, or your pet levels up. These first 5 only go to level 10, and the trick that I found out that I was being confused about last time was that they only work one at a time, so you cannot get 10 levels of combat and then get 10 levels of utility. Your mob will just be level 20, and it'll just have the skills from 1 through 10 of utility, and then if you switch again, it just has skills 1 through 10 of PvP. So these do not mix at all, and they all go to level 10, so they're not very good. I'm making my own, the Fist of Fire, and I'm hoping to make a few more before Thursday, because it's not too hard. This will actually go up to level 50, so he has more skills available. So let's talk about those skills real quick. So we need to give him some levels. So let's give him 2,000. So now he's level 33. And let's do pet skills. Alright, and let's turn off the weather. Because it's very, very loud and annoying to try and talk over. Alright, so let's go back. And so we can see my pet skills. He has some beacon effects, so he's actually giving me effects, and he's giving himself. So he's giving night vision, speed, resistance 2, fire resistance 1, those kinds of things. So it's really helpful. The higher level you get, I've added more and more beacons and higher levels of those beacons to kind of buff everybody, or just you and him. Control is important. If you want to ride your pet, they need to have the control ability. So this was confusing because we were trying to ride pets last time, and we didn't actually have pets to a high enough level to actually control them. So if your pet has the control ability, which in mine comes pretty early, you need to approach them with a lead and right click. And now I'm on top, and I need to kill this. So you can see while I'm riding my pet, I can also fight. I can shoot bows and arrows, I can do lots of stuff. You'll also notice he's actually quite fast because I've added some riding speed and some jump height after you get a certain number of levels with him. So, I need something because I'm almost dead. That's pretty much what you do. You use your lead, right click, you'll get on top. When you're done, hit shift. Just like you're getting out of a minecart or anything else. Alright, so that's riding moves. The other skills, they have more HP. They get other abilities. So this skill tree I based around doing melee damage with fire abilities. So he has a 40% chance every time he attacks to set somebody on fire for 8 seconds. He has higher regeneration. He has ride speed plus 10%, so he goes a little bit faster. He can pick up things because he has an inventory, which you can access with PI, Pet Inventory. And so you can give him stuff. The main use of it really is that you set his mode to pick up enable, so it's like pet pickup enabled, and now he's going to pick up anything he finds on the ground. You'll have to kind of go into the pet inventory, empty it out to get him to enable to pick up more. But it's useful when you're going through the dungeon for him to just keep picking up stuff. Alright. Damage. He does a lot of damage per hit because he's level 33, which is pretty high. He has thorns, so he has a 25% chance every time he's hit to give back 30% of the damage he's being dealt. He has a knockback of 25% chance to do a knockback every time he hits. And inventory, he has 2 rows. So he's pretty decent for what he is. With the leveled mod's also increasing the level and difficulty of all the mobs in the area. He's pretty equal to another level 30, 40 mob. I'm trying to keep them about equal, so we'll see how things go. Alright, so that's a skill tree. I'll be adding other skill trees with other kind of different things, maybe ranged damage, poison damage, lightning, those kinds of things I'll be adding in as we go. The cool thing, besides just summoning them around, having them level up and get you some abilities, is that certain pets like the skeleton, the zombie, baby zombie, and pig zombies, you can actually equip them. It does not affect any of their power, damage, toughness, or anything. It just makes them look cooler. So go up to your pet, hold down shift so that you're sneaking, then equip the item you want to give them, like a sword, and then right click, and you'll see you gave them your sword. I do not have my sword anymore. Alright. And you'll notice I can't get it back. I believe if I come over and click down, no, yeah, you will not get that back. So I can give him all my armor, make him look cool. And then he'll follow me around. He'll always have that. He won't lose that when he dies or anything. It's just totally for looks. So you can get some dyed leather armor, make him look as unique as you want. That's one benefit to the skeletons and zombies, is that they do get to play dress up. Some of the bigger mobs, like the Ender Dragon, if you did manage to capture them, it's actually not very useful because they won't be able to fit anywhere. And so it actually tells you it can't summon them to most parts of the world unless you're on a big flat open area like this. And the same goes with the what's the other one? The giant zombie. Yeah, it's huge, and unfortunately it also does not fit anywhere, and so it will not summon most of the time. So that is our MyPets. I'll be adding more skill trees, and we'll be learning all about them. Oh, before I forget, pet behavior. So this is a big one. Pet behaviors are kind of controlling the AI about how these guys work. And let's see. Alright, so he's releasing little steam clouds to show that he's in an aggressive mode. So he's going to kind of attack just about anything that you walk near. This could be other players, possibly. This could be, anything really. But he's just going to keep attacking. Now, when he's in aggressive mode, you can't ride him, or he'll get out of aggressive mode. Is what happens. And then we have friendly mode. This is for dueling. I haven't really figured out the pet dueling yet. I think it might be part of the premium mode because the commands don't seem to work. So it's not very useful. Friendly mode will stop him from attacking though. Duel mode, it's supposed to be that if you have 2 pets in duel mode, they'll duel each other and you can see whose pet is stronger. It doesn't seem to work very well. So I wouldn't worry about it. Farm mode, he will just go around and try and pick up everything. I believe he'll also knock over certain crops automatically. And then normal mode. I usually leave him in normal mode. It means that they'll just follow you around, and if you attack something, he will attack also. This is what I would suggest if you go into the dungeon, because otherwise he's going to run off into the dungeon, die a whole bunch of times, and not help you out that much. So, alright. That is our guide to all of our pets. Hopefully you guys enjoy it, and I'll have some more skill trees, and we'll have a good time. and we'll all have really awesome pets. Alright, I will see you guys on Thursday.